Assalamualaikum. Good day, sir. Today we're going to do the free convection experiment. For this experiment, we're going to use 3 surface, which is the flat plate and fin, and also pin surface. So firstly, we're going to connect the thermocouples and the heater cable.
Okay. For the free convection experiment, we remove the fan and next, come here. We switch on the power supply and switch on this switch, the main power supply, and after that, we will also switch on the heater.
After that, we will increase the power to 15 watt. Good. After that, we must wait at least 10 minutes to stabilize the temperature, and then we will record the maximum temperature each surface reach.
After 10 minutes, we record the temperature at 25.9 to 66.3 and 3.1. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, me and my team members will present Laboratory 3 Free Convection. Before we start, let me introduce my team members. Me, Fatihah Akmar Binti Mohd.Zain. Next, Muhammad Aiman Bin Rosli, Muhammad Nazrin Bin Baharudin, and last, Muhammad Aqil Aiman bin Manap. For objective, to compare the maximum temperature each surface reach for a given input power when in free convection. Second, to show the link between power and temperature on the pin and fin heat transfer surface when in free convection.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Aqil. For our result, table 1 show fixed power. We use power 15 watt. We have 3 heat transfer surface. First, flat surface, pin surface, and fin surface. For T2, we have surface temperature surface. For T1, we have duct inlet, ambient temperature in, and different temperature surface minus temperature in. So for flat surface, the TS is 66. For T in, 25, and the different is 41. For pin surface, the TS is 55.2. For T in is 30 and the difference is 25.2. For fin surface, the TS is 43.6. For T in is 26 and the difference is 17.6. Table 2 show power and temperature. We have 2 types. First, pin and then fin. For pin, we have power from 0 until 50, like 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. We also have temperature 2 and temperature 1 and difference. So for power 10, temperature 2 is 34.5 and temperature 1 is 24 and the difference is 10.5. For power 5, we have 32.1. For temperature 1, we have 24.4, and the difference is 7.7. For power 10, we have 31.8, and then we have 24.6, and the difference we get 7.2. For power 15, we have 32.8, and we get for T1 24.8, and the difference is 8. For power 20, we have 34.4 and 24.9. So we get for the difference is 9.5. For power 25, the T2 is 36.9 and T1 is 25.2. So the difference is 11.7. For power 30, we get 37.9, and for T1 we get 25.5, and the difference is 12.4. For power 35, we get 41 and 26, and the difference is 15. For power 40, we get temperature 2 47, and temperature 1 is 27. So the difference is 20. For power 45, we get 51, and for T1 is 28. So the difference is 23. And power 50, we have 55.5 and 28.8. So the difference is 26.7. For fin type, we also have power from 0 until 50, and we have temperature 2 and temperature 1, and also the difference. So power 0, we have 35.9 and 26.7, and the difference is 9.2. For power 5, we have 36 and 26.4, so the difference is 9.6. For power 10, we have 39.5 and T1 26.6, so the difference is 12.9. Power 15, we have temperature 2 43.2 and temperature 1 27.1, so the difference is 16.1. For power 20, we have 51.4 and 28, and the difference is 23.4. For power 25, we have temperature 2 59.8 and temperature 1 is 30, so the difference is 29.8. Power 30, we get 67.1 and temperature 1 31.6, so the difference is 35.5. And power 35, we get 73.3, and for temperature 1 we get 31.7, and the difference is 41.6. For power 40, we get 78.9, and the temperature 1 is 33.4, so the difference is 45.5. For power 45, we get 85.4 and 34.8, so the difference is 50.6. And the last power 50, we get temperature 2. For fin type, we get 89, and temperature 1 for fin type, we get 35.5, so the difference is 53.5.
So this is discussion for free convection for fixed power. The question is, create a suitable chart for your result. Compare result for each surface. Which surface created the highest temperature difference in free convection? What can you say about this surface? So this is the chart for temperature difference on three surface. The first one is flat surface, which get 41 degrees Celsius. Secondly is pin, which is 25.2, and lastly is fin type 17.6. So second, give an example on application of the surface. You mentioned in number 1 in any system that you know. So we choose heatsink in CPU. So this is the discussion for power and temperature. Create a chart of temperature against power. horizontal axis, and what can you say about the graph? So this the first one on the left is temperature difference versus power for pin surface, and second one on the right is temperature difference versus power for fin surface. What can we say is the temperature for pin surface is lower compared to the temperature for the fin surface.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nazrin Bin Baharudin. So I'm going to present the discussion for our experiment, that is free convection. So the question asks for to calculate and estimate the gradient for each graph, and then from the graph, what can you predict about the gradient for another surface, such as pin or fin for the experiment. Then compare the two gradient and give reason for your answer. So how we calculate the gradient? We use this formula, m equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and we take 2 points from the graph, and then we substitute, and for the pin surface we get gradient 0.43, and for the fin surface we get 0.98. When the power goes higher, the temperature difference will not be as high due to the gradient that has value of 0.43, while the fin type surface temperature difference will increase due to the gradient has the value of 0.98. Because of the gradient slope of the pin type surface is smaller than the fin type, it will not increase as much as the fin type surface. The reason is that fin surface transfer heat more evenly and provide better convection compared to pin surface. So next, give two suggestions on precaution steps that you can take to minimize the time to stabilize the surface temperature. So first, to maintain the gradient of temperature as low as possible while the experiment running. The environment temperature might give effect to the data of specimen. Next is the workplace must have efficient air circulation, that the experiment must be performed in a ventilated place.
In conclusion, we are able to differentiate between different type of heat transfer surface, such as pin and fin type in free convection. From this experiment, flat type surface create the highest temperature difference. We also found that pin types of surface make the lowest temperature difference in terms of power. Next, we conclude that when the power increase, then the difference in temperature also increase. As the amount of heat transfer increase, the lower the temperature in the space. That's all. Thank you.